Okay, so in every video game, there are unwritten rules that are somewhat built up by the community and the people that play them. For example, in CSGO, when you are playing competitive, if you are the one with all the money, it's not an in-game rule, but it's common courtesy to buy something for your teammates so they don't rush into B with nothing but the Glock and soiled underwear. But Rising Storm 2 also has a couple of these unwritten rules, and I'm gonna be 100% honest, I'm not gonna sit here on my high horse. I have broken probably every single rule on this list, not once, but multiple times, but that doesn't include the first rule, because I'm a decent human being. But anyways, let's get into the video. Alright, so the first rule is, for new players watching this, I don't want to spend too much time on this because I've mentioned this so many times in previous videos, but please, say sorry if you team kill. Trust me, sometimes when people get team killed, they can get a little salty. You can't really blame them, and I'm no exception. But when you say sorry, trust me, it does bring down people's moods from like a high anger level, from like literal salt mine down to I'd say a more manageable and calmer level. From what I've experienced, sure, my very first team kill, I remember it. I was playing on, I don't remember the map, but basically I shot a guy in the back with a shotgun because I didn't see the little blue, or depends what color you've set it as, friendly indicator. I shot him in the back. I'm like, sorry mate. And he's like, wow, is there a Steam sale or something going on? So many fucking team kills. Understandable that he was angry, but still. Alright, so the next rule is to keep your gun firing, but I'll get into when it's appropriate to do so in a second. But for now, if you are huddled up in a location with teammates and you're, I'd say a good map for a good example is Long Tan. That map is so wide open, and if you don't feel like rushing into combat, just spray, or not spray, but just shoot in the general direction of where the enemies are. It's because, for starters, you can suppress them, and who knows, you might get a kill. It's happened to me, it's happened to many people. You're just firing into the forest, and you hear that little ding sound, and you see that notification saying you headshotted an enemy over 100 meters away. And I mean, let's be honest, let's say you ran into enemy territory, or not enemy territory, but you just ran into an area with enemies, you didn't fire a single bullet, and you died. What did you contribute to your team by not firing a single bullet? I mean, it would have been no different if you just sat at the back of the map doing nothing, in all honesty. But I mean, at least if you shoot in the general direction of where the enemy is coming from, at least you've contributed something, you've done something. Alright, so the next kinda goes against what I said previously, but you don't always want to shoot, and this applies when you, let's say, get behind enemy lines, right? And you're in an area, you're completely alone, and you see an enemy. Now, usually what I like to do is I like to kind of assess the situation before I shoot them to make sure that there aren't like 5 guys right next to them, and they're just gonna spot me and rush me as soon as I get this one kill. The thing is, I like to stay hidden for a little longer. I might let them run past me, because sometimes I like sneaking around on the edges, and I like to sneak behind them, Green Beret style and whatnot. And I mean, instead of shooting enemies, I just run up to them and bayonet them, or even melee them. They don't even realize they're being meleeed most of the time, especially if you sneak up on them. And it's much better than actually, shooting them in the back, because if you shoot, and I mean, let's be honest, I don't really know a lot of people who are going to be playing as the North Vietnamese. They have an AKM, and they're going to switch it out for an M16, because chances are, if you use an M16 behind enemy lines, the enemy is going to know, especially if they're experienced, that, oh, there's an American around here, because I know a Vietnamese isn't going to pick up that gun. Alright, so the next rule is, if you have to shoot an enemy that is behind a teammate, it's better that you potentially kill your teammate, but get the guy behind them. Trust me, it's better than trying to avoid shooting your teammate to get the guy behind them, because there have been times where an enemy was behind a teammate, let's say, on the side of them, and then I'd see them and I'd shoot, and I'd try to sort of avoid hitting my teammate just to hit the enemy behind them, but I'd obviously miss, and they kill me and my teammate. It is much better if you just shoot through your teammate to get the guy behind them, in my opinion. I've done it before, and I do say sorry in the chat, and I say, hey, there was a guy behind you, I'm sorry, because it's better to kill your teammate and the guy behind them than have the guy behind them kill you and your teammate, and then go on to kill even more teammates in the general area. And obviously, some teammates do get pissed off when they just get randomly shot by a teammate, and you say, oh, sorry, there was a person behind you. They might not believe you, but I mean, it's better to kind of just kill that person, and you just gotta hope that your teammate kind of just acknowledges that, oh yeah, that's a good thing, thank you, or not thank you, but you did the right thing basically, and they forgive you for the team kill. But nonetheless, I mean, it's a hit or miss sometimes. Alright, now this leads on from my rule where I say shoot your weapon, but the same is applied to equipment. And I mean, please, throw your smokes, smoke grenades, just like in CSGO, right? They are so vital to taking a point because it obscures the vision of enemies. Now, this does mean that they will be blind firing into the smoke, but I suppose it's better than the enemy being able to pinpoint you and Tyrone with his laser accuracy being able to pinpoint you and literally blow your head off. But using traps when defending is just extremely important. Truth be told, I don't see a whole lot. Well, I see people, but I don't see a lot of people setting up traps around points that they're supposed to be defending. And I mean, the way I like to do it, and the people on my Discord have said that it's better to kind of set them up in the weirdest of positions. Like if you put like, let's say a mine on a flank, an enemy isn't going to be actively looking on the ground to see where, like, if there's like a mine or a punji trap in front of them, because let's be honest, it's not a point where we expect one to be. We're always looking up ahead to see if there's going to be any enemies popping out of like a tree or something. And I can give you an example when this happened. There was a sniper hiding in like this house, and he actually set up a punji trap in the doorway, or like right in front of it in the dirt. And the thing is, I was so fixated on getting the enemy, like I just wanted to run into that house and get him, right? I was only fixated on that, and I did get tunnel vision, and when I ran in, I completely missed the trap and I got spiked, okay? My bad, I should have been more vigilant. Now, the next rule has to be about checking the ammo of your weapons. Now, what I like to do whenever I pick up someone's gun, as soon as I do that, I like to tap the R key to make sure there is ammo in the weapon. Too many times have I picked up someone's weapon and they either have no bullets or too few in them. And I mean, you don't have to like do this right away. Sometimes you might pick up a gun and boom, an enemy pops out. So you might want to make sure that, you know, it's safe to kind of check your ammo. And usually when you do this, you tap the R key and there'll be like an icon. And if it's a white, it means you got a full mag. If it's like another color like orange or yellow, it means you might have, let's say, a quarter left or half a mag left. However, I changed it so it says words, so it'll say like half a magazine or a quarter of a magazine or something. I changed that for one of my tips and tricks videos, and I just haven't been bothered to change it back. I do recommend just keeping it on the icon because you can see it better in your peripheral. Alright, but my last and final rule for today's video, it's that if you see someone in a game with an ordinary name, such as Anthony or Tyrone, innocent, normal people names like that, be careful because you might just end up going against a Terminator. Whenever I see Tyrone in the kill feed on the opposing team, I shit my pants a little, knowing that he's probably going to capture the first couple of objectives in the first couple of minutes and then go on to the last point, and then he's going to switch teams onto my team just so he can basically double the kills that he's gotten. And that is based on a true story, by the way. But anyways, I'm gonna end today's video there. If you guys did enjoy it, please do consider leaving a like, subscribing, sharing the video with your friends. Leave a like for part 2. Anyways, I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.